Prostate cancer has been described as a silent killer, quietly eating away those who are not financially buoyant enough to seek treatment. In a bid to lend a hand, the Rotary International District 9110 has commenced free screening for prostate cancer, with the first batch of 1,000 men to benefit from the gesture. Joining us now to have a chat about this is Rotarian Bola Oyebade, District Governor, Rotary International District 9110, Nigeria. District Governor Oyebade, welcome to the morning show. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Hello, can you hear me?
Good morning, Ruben.
Yes,
and good morning, the world.
Good to have you on the morning show. Well, very quickly, I'd like to ask you, the Rotary International District that you head is organizing free screening for about 1,000 persons. Now, how can persons who are interested access this testing opportunity, and how much will it cost if they have to pay? I know that Rotary is a service organization. And why the focus on prostate cancer? Ordinarily, one would think that at this time, your district will be focusing on providing support with regard to COVID-19, which is the main scourge at the moment.
Thank you very much, Ruben. Good morning once more. I'm Bola Oyebade, and I'm the District Governor for our district, District 9110, Nigeria, comprising of all the clubs in Lagos State and Ogun State. Why prostate cancer? Prostate cancer is a man's disease, and Rotary, over time, has gone into various projects. That we are focusing on prostate cancer right now does not mean that we are not focusing on many other projects. But for this Rotary year, which has started from July, and we end next year's June, our main focus is prostate cancer. And as a matter of fact, we are about to commence the building of a prostate cancer center at a particular university in Ogun State, which a land for which has been given to us. And very soon, a lot of people will now begin to hear so much more about it. But right now, what we're doing and what we'll continue to do for the entire Rotary year, for 1 year, and even going forward, is to go and start screening a lot of people. We have started this screening, and over 200 people have benefited. It is free. We are not collecting money for it. This is Rotary business, and nobody will have to pay for it. Rather, our Rotarians and our partners are the ones that are paying for it. Our clubs are there. Our clubs are financing whatever cost it will take. And there's just no reason why we have to collect money from any member of the public.
But apart from screening, do you also support treatment?
Ruben?
Do you support treatment for the persons who will need treatment?
We'll be doing that over time, but for now, we are not supporting any treatment. What we want is for everybody to know their status. When they know their status, we can advise them how to go about it. We can refer them to hospitals where they can get better treatment. And for now, there's just no support that we're going to give for treatment. But the essential thing right now is the screening, which is ongoing, and it is free for everybody.
Okay, so what was the criteria to determine this intended beneficiaries for the screening? You said you've done 200 out of the 1,000. Is that a one-off? Because we also heard this is a first batch. So is it a first batch of the 1,000? How many intended beneficiaries in all are you looking at?
As a matter of fact, it's the second time we've done. We've done 2 already. The first one was on the 1st of July when the administration started. We did close to 100 then, and just recently at the Osolo community, as a matter of fact, we used the Osolo's Palace, that's the Osolo of Osolo's Palace, last Friday, and we screened well over 100 people. So right now we have a data of over 200 people that have been screened. We'll continuously do this on a monthly basis, and when that comes, we'll be moving from community to community in Lagos State and Ogun State. And what we are getting is massive support from our Rotarians all over our district, District 9110 Nigeria, Lagos State and Ogun State. And a lot of clubs have signified their intention to partner with the district. They are the one putting the money down, and the district also have partners, individuals, Rotarians. As a matter of fact, a particular Rotary club yesterday still supported hugely. And that's part of the money you are using. So it is not a one-off situation that we've done with the over 200. As a matter of fact, we've done 2 screenings, and we intend to do more than 10 before the year runs out.
So what is the criteria for those beneficiaries? How do you come about those 1,000 people? You say you're moving from communities to communities, but how do you determine 1,000 men?
It's a free-for-all thing. We put the adverts in that particular community. We put adverts on radio. We put adverts on TV, just like we're doing right now. And for as many people as might qualify, they log on to the program, they come to our venue, and we just screen them. So it's not as if anybody needs to pay any money, anybody needs to buy form. There's no form purchase to this. It's simply hear about it. If you think you are above 40 and you can put yourself up for the screening, then come up. We'll screen you. We have medical people, specialists, lab technicians that are working with us, and it's just all free. So there is no specific criteria other than you need to be above 40, which is basically, it's a man's disease, and for anybody to have it or might have trace of it, the one will be more than 40 or about. So it's just for everybody to know their status, and eventually
seems like you're going to be getting way more than 1,000 men from that criteria.
It looks like it. Truly, it looks like it, because we are having massive support from our Rotarians all over our district. As a matter of fact, what we thought we will do is the 1,000, which we are still committed to doing. But from the look of 10, if we can do over 200 in less than 7 weeks of the administration of the current year, then chances are that we just might do maybe about 2,000. But what we are committed to, it's a minimum of 1,000.
I mean, I just want to ask you quickly 2 questions. I'm sorry we have a break coming up, so maybe you would answer after the break. The first one will be around, yes, after screening them, what's the process like? What's the order like? You say you're going to advise them afterward. What's it going to entail? What does the screening process itself entail? Is it a painful process or is it not? I mean, just let us know. And secondly, I also want to talk about, is this in commemoration of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, or you have a year-long program around this? Because when you check other parts of the world, there's a lot of awareness. In fact, abroad, I remember that men used to grow a mustache, to commemorate Prostate Cancer Awareness Month and the likes. But we don't see all of that here. So is it in commemoration of that? I'd like you to answer the question after this quick commercial break. Okay, can you just start answering the question? Then I'll just pause you when it's time to go for a break. Okay. All right, can you just go ahead, start answering the question? We'll pause you when it's time for a break.
Okay. All right. To start with, I mentioned previously, it's not a one-off thing. It's something we've started and something we want to do for the next 12 months minimum and going forward also. It's a man's disease, and it's killing a lot of people. A lot of people do not know that they have prostate cancer. And when some even know, say by the age of 70 or above that age, they just feel it's one of those things that must happen to all men. But since there are treatments, the symptoms are there. Why don't you begin to treat it at early stages? At age 50, even age 45, age 50, age 60, why don't we get into the treatment of it? That's why we're doing it.
Like you were saying before, you said it's a man's disease. It's killing a lot of people, we know quite all right. And that's why I did ask, what are the processes after screening them? What's even the screening process like? I just want you to break everything down for them. And I say, is this in commemoration of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month? Are you having anything in that month? And what's going to be the publicity like going forward?
The Prostate Awareness Month is September, as most of us know, though the date varies from about 14th of September till about 19th of September, depending on the country and maybe some organizations. Yes, there are international organizations that are as recognized as 14th of September for prostate cancer. Now, it's an international thing, but here in Nigeria, we do not have as much information. I know somebody that has died of prostate cancer while treating arthritis. He was busy treating arthritis. However, he was suffering from prostate cancer. There are so many other people that have kidney disease as a result of prostate cancer. They have bad bladder. The inconvenience that comes with prostate cancer is there also. A lot of people do not know this, and we're in Africa, we're in Nigeria. The awareness is still just not as much there. And that's the more reason why people like us are thinking that we should go forward to creating the awareness, and Rotary is a very good platform for us to do that. So that's why we're adopting it, this Rotary year. Yes, you mentioned previously, people use bow tie and all that. Bow tie and ties generally are synonymous with men, so it's not a ladies thing. But there's just nobody that do not have one man or the other in his or her life. So it now becomes an issue for all of us to tackle. So it is not only for men, as it is, though the disease is for men, but who suffers it more? The people that the person eventually sponsors. If any man dies and the man sponsors about 6, sponsors the wife, sponsors the children, sponsors a lot of people financially, what happens to them? So why shouldn't we keep these men alive? So, and I think this is the right time for us to begin to do that. Let's create the awareness for prostate cancer. When September comes, we're going to blow it even louder so that everybody can hear and listen and support us in Rotary. Our Rotary organization is a charity organization. It's not as if we collect money from governments, but we get partnership at many levels. Governments of the state, even government of the country, government of countries of the world partners with us. So that's how we get finances to sponsoring some of this activity. So really, it's not as if we just want to do prostate cancer because we want to do prostate cancer, but because we feel it is something that is important. Now, the testing process is not painful, as some people might just want to think. It's a matter of just getting your blood sample, and in just about 5 minutes or about, you get the result of the test. So it's not something that is difficult that you have to do maybe puncture your body for it or get some pains on your system. No, you don't have to go through that. The man sits down for a while, they collect the blood sample. I've done that before. Collect the blood sample, and after a while, we get a result.
Well, District Governor Oyebade.
I hope that answers you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well,
yes,
we've been talking about prostate cancer. When Nigerians hear the word cancer, they seem to feel that, oh, this is a death sentence. But what you are doing, you say you are determining status through testing so that there will be awareness. But the truth of the matter is that even when a person has a high PSA or an enlarged prostate, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will become cancerous. It could be benign. So if that is the case, and you are engaged in awareness, there are certain programs you also organize to teach people about maybe lifestyle choices with regard to nutrition, perhaps, or exercises, or certain preventive steps that men can take so that they don't have an enlarged prostate. If you have details in that regard, I'm sure some of our viewers will be interested to know what kind of choices, preventive choices they can make.
Yes, what we do is not just to come and get tested immediately. What we do what we plan to do, and at the 2 locations that we've gone already, what we do is to first of all start with some enlightenment program. An urologist will come, he will speak for a while and tell people how to go about it and give them more enlightenment about it. Of course, lifestyle, nutrition is one of those things that is very important. And the enlargement of the bladder it's not a death sentence. Yes, it's not. It might not be cancerous. So those are the kind of things we want people to know. When the awareness is there, you don't need to think because you have prostate challenge, then it is cancer. It might not be cancerous. But people really still need to know. There's this thing about awareness. When you know about something, you know how to get about it. But when you don't know about it, then there's that scare, that fear that anything just might happen. But if you know about it very well and you know how to go about it, the treatment, the management becomes something easy for you. That's part of what we are preaching in Rotary right now. So if the more people that are aware, I have a couple of friends, and when I speak about prostate cancer to them, the first thing they ask me is, Bola, so are you not a medical doctor? I say, no, I've never studied medicine before, but I've read, and I've realized that this thing is not a killer when managed initially. It becomes a killer when other things start coming into it. Of course, the discomfort is there. People wake up in the night and they go to wee maybe every 30 minutes. They can go to the toilet like 5-7 times in the night. Then sleeping challenges comes into it also, beyond dripping of urine. Then also, I'm sure most of us know this, or maybe a few of us will know it. It can lead to infertility. Okay, it can lead to infertility because eventually the spermatozoa will revert into the bladder, and we all know what that means. A lot of contamination and so many issues come into that. So it is essential that people know what is wrong with them, first and foremost. First and foremost, know what is wrong with you. That is what we're preaching on this particular one. Know what is wrong with you. The minute you know what is wrong with you, then you can begin to know what to do next. What sort of treatment to take? Are you going to go for operation? Are you going to go for change in nutrition? Are you going to go for what? So people need to know, first and foremost. And that is the level we are taking it right now. Let people know and be aware first, and let a lot of people join us in the campaign. Our men must not die before their time. That's what we're concerned about.
Indeed, because this also would lead to socio-cultural issues when we have the heads of a family dying, needlessly. And when it comes to cancer, prevention is not only better, but it's cheaper than cure. But with the interactions you've had from this awareness campaign by the Rotary Club, what are some of those myths associated with prostate cancer in Nigeria? What do Nigerian men tell you when you tell them about prostate cancer?
We've received series of feedbacks from people. I've spoken with some of them, interviewed them, and I presented as if I was just one of the people that have come for the testing and screening. And I could tell that some of them were really, really scared in the first instance. But having gone through the lecture, because we normally give the lecture, having gone through the lecture, I saw a lot of people. I saw them really calming down. And I even noticed one calling some other men to come. Because what they did was, okay, fine, let somebody go and say what they want to do. Is it going to be painful? Is it somebody's whatever going to be cut off at that point in time? But over time, they realize that, come on, it's only to test. And you know your status. Just know your status. So the awareness really should be there. We are going to champion this heavily at the Rotary level, and we know that partners are coming on board right now. We right now are in the process of signing on a lot of partners. Some corporate organizations are really, really interested in this. I do not want to mention their names right now because we've not concluded with the agreement. But very soon we'll begin to see them with our logo, our Rotary logo, with so much partnership. And they've promised to come in with a lot, expertise, funding, and accesses. They're promising it, and we are still in the process of getting that done. I'm sure it will work out very soon. From September, we're going to see a lot of things in Lagos State and Ogun State, and we'll extend it beyond Nigeria because we have 4 districts in Nigeria, and I'm in discussion with with the rest of my co-district governors in Nigeria. And I'm sure very soon Nigerians will be quite more aware of what prostate cancer is. People will know that it's not a death sentence. It is something that is manageable, and it is something all of us must understand at the early stages of our life. Be you a man or a woman, you don't necessarily have to be a man before you know so much about prostate cancer. I know of a specialist. She knows too much, if I may say, about prostate cancer, and honestly, I respect her for that. And the kind of enlightenment she has been giving people like us is something I think everybody should get and be fully aware of.
Well, thank you very much, District Governor Rotarian Oyebade. I'm sure that more people will come forward to test and know their status. And it's good you have reassured everyone that penile mutation is not involved in the process.